gosh. You guys, I've been running around all Saturday and it is time to take a look at my budget. I did do my weekly expense video, you guys, yesterday, which I know you saw that. I am now going to talk about what I plan to do with the money I am allotting for this week's upcoming spending. I'm going to talk about what I have intentions for that money because I usually talk about what I spent this week, but when it comes to allotting my cash envelopes after I get paid, I try to think about what it is I want to spend my money on. In doing so, I'm going to sit down and we're going to talk about the plans that I have for things that I know I need to spend my money on and just any extras. My grandbaby, Patty, man, in the background. But we're going to quickly take a look at that. I did get an email today about, I know it's debatable about the Stanley Cups, but so what? I will do what I want with my money. Is it going to make me broke because I buy a Stanley Cup? No, it's not. It's not. Nonetheless, the Love Sack Fancy collection, the collaboration, is relaunching this month. Next week. I missed that collection. I want one. So what? And yes, I use the cups religiously. Can I find cheaper versions? I'm sure I can. To each his own. To each his own. Nonetheless, let's take a look at what I plan to buy this week. I do have work to do. There is currently a sale going on by the time you see this video to be gone. And my daughter is here. She's going to help me do my hair to save me some money on my upcoming hair appointment. But yeah, you guys, because I thought about it, I have some things I want to buy. And I do have some freebies that I want to use. I have some rewards at Aveda. I have some points at Sephora. And I love getting the samples because they have the Laneige lip mask and the sleeping mask. They have another one that's 250 points. And I love this lip mask. I'm not going to lie. The lip sleeping mask I am liking because I will usually put oils on my lips at night and it doesn't, it's like I wake up in the morning, my lips are dry. So yes, I can hydrate internally, which I'm working on as well. Nonetheless, the sleeping mask work. And because I can get them for free, then by all means, those little things help because they last a long time. All right, you guys, we're going to look at what I want to spend this week. Okay, everybody. So really quick, these are my envelope breakdowns that I've allotted for this week. This is my weekly spending for the upcoming week, which will be November the 9th through November the 15th. So that's me money. That's my wallet. My variable spending envelopes go in my wallet, and that is giving me a total of $445 going into my wallet. And my sinking funds is going to be $604.66. That includes my reward cash for October. And so the total is $1,049.66. So although I'm not stuffing, I am because the reward cash is money I pulled out. But we'll go over my reward cash separately. But you guys, we are going to discuss everything that I plan to spend my money on this week because oftentimes I get a lot of people asking me, how do you determine how much to put in your envelopes and your sinking funds and things like that? And I'm like, when you take into consideration what you plan to spend for the week, for instance, me money, I know that I'm going to give myself $100 to spend. Dining out, car maintenance. So we'll go through that and I'll tell you what my week of spending is going to look like, guys. So, all right, let's just talk about a little bit what I did today. You guys know I had to go get my mushroom coffee. That is a must. That is a weekend thing for me. Not every weekend. I will experiment with other herbal places, but I did go to the one that I like the most. So I did go there today. I met my aunt whom I haven't seen in a long time. So we met up there and we got the butternut squash latte. And then I got the mushroom coffee drink, which is called Still Not Coffee. So I did that. I did have a couple of errands to run. I was killing time waiting for my daughter, my grandson, who wants to say hello to everyone. You gonna come in cameras? He wants to make his YouTube debut, okay? So his nickname is Grandson, right? I know. So grandson, his nickname is Grandson. This is Grandson, everyone. You gonna say hi? Hi. So he wanted a shout out. So whenever y'all hear me talk about grandson, although I have 3 grandsons now, but I put up 4 fingers, so just excuse me. I have 3 grandsons, and that is the oldest. So that's grandson, and then everybody else has their name. So anyway, I did get my mushroom coffee. I did complete some orders. I have more orders to do. I'm running a sale. I'm working on my Excel template. I have been making a list of videos that I do want to do for you all, which I think are going to be really good. It's not going to be, let's say, I think I'll move to this side. Let me move over this side, and I can put my Excel screen there. It's not going to be a lot, right? Let's just get on the screen. Let's get on the screen really fast. We're looking here at my payday envelopes, you guys, and I'm allotting $100 to spend in me money. Now, I did go to get my mushroom coffee this week, today, actually. I allotted $100 for myself, not to spend there, but I knew that would cover any spending that I want to do for the week. I'm going to have to make it work. I treated my aunt and I got a couple drinks as well. So that came to $39.96. So that's roughly $40. $40. Now, with the release of this Stanley Cup that I do want, we know the cup is $60, right? So that would take all of my me money. Now, because I have other money and other sinking funds like fun, I have some that I could spend from rollovers. I do have other sinking funds that I could pull that money from, and I may do that. But I do still have it technically in my personal money to spend. Dining out, I don't anticipate, but I love to grab a salad. Sometimes somebody might want something. For the most part, we eat at home, but I did allot $40 for the week for dining out. Of course, my usual $10, that's tips at the car wash. If I can make it to the car wash last week, I didn't make it, and that money rolled over into a sinking fund. Gas, I did not get gas last week, and I put $65 in my gas sinking fund, but I rolled that money. I kept that money in there. So I have $65, and I'm going to put 30 more. So that will give me a balance of $95. So I plan to keep a running balance in gas. Groceries, now, you guys, I've been going over budget the past couple weeks. I usually allot $250, but I'm spending more. But because my daughter is gone for the week and we technically have food in the house, I'm only given $200, and I really want to stick to that $200 budget. I don't eat much except for plants and vegetables, but things can be really expensive. Got to buy all organic fruits, things like that. I lowered the grocery bill down to $200 for the week, so I'm going to see if I can manage. Household items, I am not anticipating anything, but I did give $30 to household. That's just in case, and I'm going to stick with that. Giving $10, you already know what that means, and I did put 25 in buffer. I usually don't put anything in buffer, but I did just in case. We're going to look at my sinking funds. I do have an upcoming hair appointment, which is less than $150, but I did budget for $150. Now, I am planning to get my nails done and my feet done. I'm not going to do it during the week, so that can come out of my next week's budget. So that's why I didn't include it there. Household, I don't anticipate anything. This is a sinking fund where I do want to build up the money in, and I don't anticipate buying anything, but I do want to get a balance. Keep at least $500 in this envelope. I'm adding 20 to get that started. Now, medical/health, I do have some dental work coming up, but I know I'm going to pull that money from my checking account. I do want to keep money on hand for medical, like anything CVS pharmacy related. I do want to keep some money in that sinking fund. I zeroed it out last week. If you watch this video here, where I just did my weekly cash and stuffing, check it out. You'll see where my money went. And then, of course, reward cash. So my reward cash for the month of October was $354.66. Now, I think somehow I forgot to take money building up on my American Express, my reward. I can't differentiate if it's part of September and October's, but nonetheless, I zeroed out all of my reward cash on all of my cards that I used. That totaled $354.66 because I forgot I had some money on my Wells credit card. And so I pulled it all off. I'll give you guys a breakdown of what that is. Lawn care, I'm just going to give $5. I'm not anticipating doing anything. I just had that done. I still have money in that sinking fund, so I'm just going to put $5 more. Then we're talking about $20 into life insurance for the kids' premium. That's not due till February, March, so I need to have $850. I'm a far cry away, but I plan to make sure I have that money when the time comes. I do want to put something in my saving challenges, which is $15, so we're going to do that. And then $20 for house clean. I do need the cleaning service to come, but I think I'm going to wait for all the remodeling to be done, and then I'm going to do it then. $445 is going to go into my wallet for my variable spending, and $604.66 is going to go into my sinking funds. That is a total of $1,049.66 that I've budgeted money to spend for the week. Now, my reward cash is not money I plan to spend. Keep that in mind. That is just me placing that in the sinking fund because that's what I do. I am a cash stuffer, but I am a credit card spender. I use my credit cards. I leverage my credit as an additional income. All of that cashback reward money, I put into an envelope and I save it for the whole year to see how much I have. And then at the end of the year, I'll decide what to do with that money. That's it in a nutshell. That is how I manage my money. And you guys, as you can see, I am using my Payday Budget Excel template. It's a simulation or duplicate or mirror of my Payday Budget book, you guys. I decided to make my book an Excel version, and I have to say I'm loving it. I am loving it, but I love the book. I can't even explain the connection I have to the book because I created it from scratch myself. As I do with a lot of things, I'm going to always be prideful of that. I'm proud. So nonetheless, you guys, so that's it. I do want to go over a couple more things once I plug in my envelope totals, and then I'll let you see how I've budgeted my cash envelopes and sinking funds for my weekly spending, which is separately. I just showed you what I'm putting in my cash envelopes. Some of those envelopes and sinking funds already have money in them. I use those total balances as well to really allow myself what I can potentially spend. I'll break that down. Let me put that on the screen. Okay, everyone. So we have my my payday spending expense table up. How I use this table is like this. So you guys see all of the envelopes and the cash that I plan to allot in my sinking fund. When I have rollover money or money already in my sinking funds or my cash envelope, what I'm contributing for the week goes in that amount. We saw that I gave me money $100, but what you didn't see is that I already had $10 in that envelope from my previous week. So now I have $110 to budget for the week. I put the total amount I have available in this payday spending expense category because this is where it calculates all of my spending so far for the week. So for dining out, I gave $40 and we can see that $57.38 was spent. I gave $10 for car maintenance, only spent $5. I put the total amount that I'm contributing from my paycheck into my envelopes, and then whatever else, especially for my sinking funds, which are these envelopes here, they carry balances. So you get to see the total amount I have available in these envelopes, which means this is money available for me to spend during this pay period. I did contribute the $150 to Selfie Sanaa. That was all I had. Spent $139, and it leaves me with $11. So when I do my payday for next week and contribute to my sinking funds, I already have $11. So whatever I contribute will be on top of that $11 there. So I didn't spend anything in a lot of these sinking funds because usually I try not to spend unless necessary. Now, that's me cutting back. You guys know, if you've watched me before, I am the budgeter that likes to spend money. So forgive me, but I am a work in process. Let's see, for lawn care, I spent $30 and I had $55 in total from what was already in the envelope and what I contributed. So this is how I use this table to show me exactly the monies I have available that I already budgeted for in my sinking funds and cash envelopes that will allow me to spend. I could spend money from any of these sinking funds if need be. The kids' money has been stagnant for a while, but I'm going to continue to grow that. My savings challenges, that's just a rough guesstimate. I'm not particularly sure, but at the end of December, I am going to pull all of that money out and I will count it up in January 1st. I'll have the correct total, but I may divvy that money out or throw it all towards that. I don't know, but your girl needs to do something. Let's see. Reward cash, same thing. I might take reward cash and saving challenges and just throw that towards debt. I can do whatever I want with that money. I have not decided, but I will keep you all posted. So here we are with car maintenance. I have $1,234. I didn't spend anything. So I love this table because it allows me to see every dollar that I had that I've already budgeted for that I can spend money on. So if I do go over budget or go and spend something more than what I have, it's because the money is in an envelope. Also, I would like to mention that if I needed to spend money not particularly related to one of these sinking funds, it's all money. If I needed to take money out of subscription because I spent more in groceries or dining out, I technically can because it is money that I've saved for expected and unexpected expenses. Now me, because I have so many sinking funds, that is because I am trying to prepare for the unexpected in areas and categories that I know I normally would spend money in. That is what that's for. So this is how I use the payday spending expense categories table to help me manage my money. The entire Excel spreadsheet in itself was designed for that. So you guys, let me know if you have any questions. I will be releasing this before the new year of January. I am just ironing out all the kinks, making sure everything is perfect, and I am going to get this available to you all. I can't wait for you to see. Please watch my weekly expense video to understand how I use the weekly expense cash out and the weekly expense summary. It is a total of what I spend for the week. So let's go here. For instance, this was all of my spending. My payday spending expenses pulls into the payday expense category based on these categories selected here. So everything for grocery goes in the groceries column and it gives a total. That's how I can see how much I spend in every category. Now, what the weekly expense summary does is it takes every card account column and it totals it up down here. So here we go. So we have American Express, my other American Express, Chase Freedom, Apple Card, Cash, and Amazon. It calculates how much I spent in each of these cards or categories, and whatever you put in your card and category column on the categories tab, it will be here. So for instance, if I was to spend in Target and populate Target and I spent some money, it will populate here, but I didn't spend anything in Target, okay? Let me take Lowe's out, made a mistake. So it tells me how much I need to pay back on these credit cards, $64.32 here. Cash was $71. Of course, we don't pay that back. Now, the weekly expense summary, it gives me a total of my spending, how much was in cash, if I spent any on my HSA or my checking account, which I didn't this week, how much I spent on my card. So I know that I spent $419 on credit cards. I need to pay that money back. What I did was here, I went to all of my envelopes and pulled out money, and I pulled out a total of $338. That amount populates there. The difference I know I need to pull from my checking account because I didn't have enough money in cash envelopes that I pulled from. That tells me I paid back my credit card and exactly how I did it, you guys. So I thought about everything in this Excel template, and I do want to go over it with everyone. So if you have any questions, please let me know, but please stay tuned for my next videos where I'm going to continuously go over me using this spreadsheet. And I hope that it was designed the way that I thought it was, the way that I intended it to be helpful to everyone. Okay? It has more information, more uses. You can do everything in one-stop shop. You can completely replace the book. Don't replace my book. I love my book. Don't replace a book. I want to use the book and a template. I don't have time, but we'll figure it out. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please stay tuned for my next video. Bye.